Hi, I'm Professor Corbett. I'll be your instructor for Fire Science 101-599 for the summer 2018 session. A very short session only about a month actually, just over a month. So we've got a lot of work to cover. We've got a lot of things to do. But this particular video, I want to just go over the basics of the course, the requirements, odds and ends, and things like that. So on the Blackboard site, I've posted the syllabus, so you want to take a look at that after you've watched this video, or if you've already done it, that's great. What you'll notice is that this class is basically covering a lot of material in a very short period of time. So perhaps one of the most important things of this video is the fact that there's no time to sort of slow down. We have to keep moving through all the material. And what that means from your perspective is that you've got to dedicate enough time to actually accomplish the requirements of the course. So I've streamlined the class. There's only 3 specific things that are graded in the class, but they will require you to dedicate time during the week to make those things happen. So basically the course again will cover all things of fire protection, firefighting, fire science, the very basics. And I think you'll really enjoy the class as we go through it. I think you'll learn a lot of things. So again, from your perspective, this requires a significant amount of vigilance on your part to make sure that, in fact, you keep up with the material. Basically, I've organized it in weekly segments. So, for example, the first week, which we just started now, basically will cover chapters 1 through 3 of the text. And will involve your participation in a discussion board for each one of those chapters in the discussion board section, as well as a quiz. So and that'll be replicated week by week through all 4 weeks of the chapters that we'll cover. So this week, like I said, we'll be covering chapters 1 through 3. And basically, there'll be a discussion board for each one of those chapters. And again, the quiz. Now, the quiz, I would suggest you take it toward the end of the week, because one of the most important things you'll need to do is read the text. Don't take the quiz before you've read the required chapters in the text, because I've structured so that the quiz is 15 questions, 5 from each chapter, and that you'll have a total of 20 minutes to take that quiz. So if you've read the chapter, you're not quite sure of an answer, you've got the book right in front of you there. You can quickly go back, take a look, find the answer, use the index to find the particular page that you might want to look at to answer the question. But having read the chapter, which is the most important thing anyway, will help you steamroll right through the quiz and complete it in the 20 minutes. The discussion boards are, again, another component of the course. And basically what they will what I'll have you do basically is prepare roughly a paragraph or so of a response to a question that I've posed. So there'll be one question or one comment for each chapter. So there'll be one for chapter 1, one for chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, on and on and on. So this week, the first week, we'll be covering chapter 1, 2, and 3. So there'll be 3 discussion boards that you want to post to. Because we're in such a compressed schedule here, and this is a very short semester, I normally teach this over 14 weeks, 28 sessions. But since we're covering such a short amount of time, you want to make sure. I want to make sure that again, that you can easily do this. And again, all it requires you to read the question and comment on it with some substantive comments, set of comments. So what I'm not looking for is, yeah, gee, I agree, or gee, I disagree, or whatever. I'm looking for a little more than that. So just explain why you feel a certain way about the question that's posed, or what have you. So. Basically, you'll just need to do one of those paragraphs per discussion board. So you'll be doing the first week 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of the separate discussion boards. If you like to interact with the other students in the class, that's great. I love you to do that. But again, given our time constraints here and everything, I don't know that we can have a lot of interactive discussions between students over the week, because I would imagine most of you will probably wait a while to finish the reading and then do the discussion boards. But again, I would suggest, like I said, at least having roughly a paragraph per discussion board will have you meet the requirements for that particular portion of the course. So the quizzes, again, as I mentioned earlier, there'll be one for each group of chapters, one for each week. Each quiz has 5 questions from each chapter. So this week we'll be covering again chapters 1 through 3. There'll be 5 questions from chapter 1, 5 from chapter 2, and 5 from chapter 3. So, and I'll give you 20 minutes to answer the question. So make sure you hit the submit button when you're done with the quiz, and that will complete that part of the assignment. And finally, the only other thing that will require you to do and be part of your grade is the final exam, which will be actually an essay that I'll prepare a question, a long form essay, 200 words I'd like you to post, and you'll be reading the question, you'll be posting it to the turnitin.com portion of this particular class's website. So it's not the turnitin.com website itself, it's actually within this class. You'll find the link to Turnitin's review within our Blackboard page, Blackboard website, I should say, and you can upload it there, and then you're all set. So a minimum 200 words on that, and we'll be doing that the last week, which is sort of a short week in the middle of August. It'll go up on a Monday, and it'll go down Wednesday night. So again, just to recap, as far as the way we have things organized here, everything is done for the most part in weekly segments. You'll see that in the syllabus. You'll also notice that the week's work, the readings and what have you, will go up at roughly 12:30 a.m. on a Monday, and the work to be completed for that week needs to be done by 11:59 p.m. the following Sunday. So you have essentially one entire week for each week's work assignments. So that's pretty much it. My contact information is on the syllabus, and also, of course, you probably have it through the course. And if there's any questions you have, please email me quickly. I usually respond very quickly because I use my iPhone to get back to students and things. So if there's any questions, that's fine. Please send them to me. But I think you'll find this class interesting. I noticed, I checked the roster. Most of you, actually, I don't think any of you are fire science majors, so most of you are criminal justice or what have you. So I think having taken this class, you will, at the end of the course, have a better appreciation what the fire department does and its relationship perhaps to organizations like the police department or corrections and other kinds of things. So welcome to the course, and I hope you get you enjoy the class and you get something out of it. And what you need to do next is watch the other video, which sort of covers the content of week 1. So you'll see that also on our class webpage for the first week. So talk to you soon.